Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm Treese,
It's Nels.
and we're getting into our review of Ready to Love, episode 5. So please make sure if you have not already, you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And please make sure, guys, that you are following us on all platforms, our TikTok, our Instagram. We just came off an awesome little girls trip. Love to share it with you.
On our TikTok. Go check it out.
Yeah, on TikTok, check it out. I'm going to try to figure out how to put in the shorts, but please, guys, check us out. Had a lot of fun. Shout out to Captain Casey and our boat ride. It was absolutely amazing.
It was beautiful.
If you're ever at Azteque on Chincoteague Island, which happens to be in Virginia, by all means, please make sure that you shout out Captain Casey and rent your boat. He'll take you out, see the wild horses, the dolphins. He has
The dolphins. There were so many dolphins.
It was amazing. He gives great just history on everything.
Literally answered every question that we had.
Right. It's super awesome. I would definitely recommend it to anyone just looking for like a really low key, whether it be family, whether it be a girls trip. Even I could see it being a cute little romantic thing where it's just you and your boo. So yeah, shout out to Captain Casey, and let's get into this review and let's get shady. Calls Zo and LJ to the front and lets them know one of them is going to be
Justice. He just ain't there.
Right. Justice. I didn't even want to mention him because he ain't there. But Brandy says in confessional, she feels like Justice should just be gone. Tommy lets them know that unfortunately it isn't their time and they won't be eliminated tonight. Jackie thanks everyone for letting her be a part of, thank you, Miami. Let me be a part of your night. It was cute. Now, Looney is super excited that LJ isn't going home. However, nephew Tommy meets up with the guys the next day and says, look, 1 out of 3, and when I say guys, I mean Justice.
All the bottom 3.
And Zo, the bottom 3. And he says, look, no matter what, one of y'all motherfuckers going home. And he says, the women had a lot to say about y'all and, tries to give them advice on how they could move differently. And I think both me and Nels both said this was the first time I think we've ever seen Tommy give advice to those that are in the bottom. So I thought this was a new but different concept. I didn't know if maybe he kind of felt one of the men a little more. He was like trying to help him out or what. But he tells LJ, the women kind of see you as like the friendly island guy.
Overly friendly. Lovable island guy.
And he's like, well, I can't help like that. The ladies love me, They love me. All the bitches love me.
Well, women don't love that. Women don't like friendly niggas.
This one doesn't like friendly. Well, I don't either. But
this one don't like them.
Justice says, I didn't get so maybe Nels can break this down for us, because what I got was Justice said that this was his own process.
Justice says he's going to calm down some of his playfulness, and Tommy tells him and also be more intentional and be more proactive, in pursuing them after his dates with these women. Now, Justice says that he has his own process, and we're talking to multiple women, and these multiple women are basically going back talking to each other, and he don't want to have no parts of that. So, but he also says that, like he admits that he hasn't pursued anybody for their phone number because of this. Now, Tommy says that they're in this process for a reason. So you have to give a little to get a little. And he's, and if you're interested in someone, you got to communicate and have to make yourself available for communication. So Justice says, you know what? You the OG. I'm going to go ahead and listen. And so he says, Now Zoe is advised that the women are feeling like he's holding back, holding in a lot of things. And, he's like, in order to fix that, he's going to open up some more. And he lets them know, look, by the end of the week, y'all, whether y'all listen to me or not, somebody going home. And this time it's guaranteed. Ain't no,
Ain't no passes in the whole business.
So Kadian, apparently, she invited a few people to go-karting. She says it's going to be her, Shareese, LJ, Zoe, Justice, Trinika, and Jamala.
So we have the bottom three basically trying to save themselves in a last ditch date.
Now, Zoe tells the lady he thinks that, they should have the pole position. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Do you know what that means? Well, let them have the pole position because he gonna beat some ass and he don't want no excuses.
I guess that means like he's giving them a handicap, like he's giving them a head start. That's what it gives me. He's giving them a head start.
I don't know. So, they're on their go-karts and, everybody's talking shit. Jamala says that she is super into this. She's like a motorsports fan. So this is her thing. This is right up her alley.
Pop it like a cork.
Then apparently Zoe hits Trinika really hard in the back, knowing damn well she got a busted
got a whole thing on her hand.
Right. And
he's like,
her,
get out the way.
Baby.
Get out the way. Get out the way. That's what Zoe was giving.
And she said this was so not by accident. It was definitely done on purpose. Like, clearly, because that is what it was giving. It was move, bitch, get out the way. Like, that was too much for me. That was super unattractive. So you're in the bottom, right? You're in the bottom three?
So, okay. Here comes the empath in me, guys. I gotta play devil's advocate.
For Zoe?
I'm very competitive. I am.
He is a big, huge, burly man who hit a woman in the back with already a cast on her wrist, Trace. You can't play devil's advocate here.
I'm very competitive.
I know Shanika said that she felt like, well, she knows for sure it was not an accident. He did it on purpose. And I believe her. I 100% agree. Because what you're not about to do is hit me and then yell, move, bitch. Clearly it was on purpose.
Hit me. Hit me. You think you so bad? Hit me.
Shanika is in pain after this big burly motherfucker just knocked her into the railing. She says her wrist is hurting. It's been hurting for like 2 or 3 minutes because of his ass. Then Zoe comes in talking about the champ is here. The champ is here. Little do you know, Trinika already been there, boo. Okay, she beat you to the punch. And he ain't trying to hear that. You know what I mean? LJ.
He can't accept defeat. I understand you. I'm competitive, so I said that. I'm competitive.
Yeah, but you like 4'11", okay?
I am not a legal midget. I wish I could be so I could get a sticker. I am 5'1.4". The 0.4 matters. 0.4 matters.
Seems like you're very close. So even LJ, he understands that, Zoe is competitive, but he's like, I'm competitive too, but it needs to have its limits. Like, dude, you don't talk to women like that. Like, I don't give a damn how competitive you are. So, while he's over here arguing with the ladies about who saw what and who was first, Shareese is like, barbecue him. Barbecue him.
And Zoe feels some type of way, like, what that bitch mean, barbecue me?
Give a damn what you feel, sir.
I look like a whole pig. Y'all gonna put me on a roast? What the fuck I look like? Barbecue me. Yeah.
I mean, he kind of did. Well, anyways. So Kadian says that, she want to take her, Trinika, and Justice to a little private room. And of course, Justice is all for it. They really ain't go to no private room. It is not the boom boom room. It is not that type of party. So Justice is down with the ladies, and
in true Justice fashion, he said, I feel like y'all trying to get rid of me. I mean, I know I was in the bottom, and Trinika's first one, but I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
Why would I try to get rid of you?
Right. But
and
Katie is like,
I just think you're difficult.
Difficult. You extra. I called you. You still haven't called me back. What's up with that?
Let me just say this. So he corrected her. He said, I called you. She said, yeah, and I called you 2 days later. Boo, I wouldn't have called you back either.
Because you're
playing. You called me back 2 days later?
You're playing with my time.
I'd have been like, look, I could have been Justice. I'd have been like, well, there you have it.
Right.
It's coming back. And clearly, he didn't even realize that she called him back. And he's like, oh, maybe I didn't realize it was you because I didn't save your number based on our first conversation. I don't know. Justice is real sassy. He real sassy over him.
Okay.
Then Shareese and Zo, they go to play pool. And, you know, she said she's looking forward to getting some clarity. You know, after their white party, she thought, you know, they had some like meaningful conversations or whatever. So she asked him, you know, how he feels about having to step his game up and what's his game plan. He's like, I just plan to be myself, you know. I can only be me. I'm just a G. And she asked where they stand. She's like, you would know better than me. So I really didn't think he was serious about what.
I think he was that into it.
Yeah, exactly. Shareese says that she came with her heart open and she thought that they had a connection. So she's trying to understand, you know, like what's going on. And he's like, because she said she ain't about to chase no man because she does have other connections. Okay. So he immediately, oh, I'm sorry. And she wants to know who his connections were. So he immediately got defensive and was like, that's not what we're here to talk about who I'm connected with. And he's basically, I saw a different side of you. Like, we really ain't even got no connection like that. So he's really not even feeling her. And says whatever connection they thought they had was fake. Okay. So then she tells him, well, let me tell you about yourself. What about your behavior? Why are you over here yelling at a woman? He's like, oh, this is how I talk. You know how I talk. She's like, well, you can talk to a dog on the street like that, but you ain't about to talk to me. Listen, it got real crazy, real fast. She said he is like a whole ticking time bomb. Okay. Well, all this stuff is.
He comes out. Oh, somebody's yelling at me.
And then while all this stuff is going on, Katie and Injustice are over to have a whole conversation about the DM dilemma. Okay, where she sent him a DM late at night. You know, telling him to call or whatever.
She said she did it because he got kids and she got kids or something like that, and she thought it would be appropriate because they both know they're busy.
So all I know is, okay, she didn't appreciate it, and she said, "I don't know where y'all found this man, but return him to sender." Okay. Then he tries to gaslight her. So I want, you need a hug? Give me a hug. Come on, give me a hug. She like, sir,
and Katie,
I don't want to touch you. She's like, sir, I don't want to touch you. Okay, I don't want to touch you. And Trinika, with her ass kissing, dick licking ass, talking about some, you know, there's a lot of women that don't understand him, but I can't relate.
Oh, it's giving pick-me energy?
Yes. I can't relate to them, but she understands them not understanding him. Girl, bye. Go, please. Just
it's giving pick me.
When we get back from commercial and Zo and Shareese are still going at it, and for whatever reason, she is giving this big ass, grown ass man her time and energy, who is, you know, I don't know, they just both yelling at each other, and it's super childish. Like, Katie, she decides, you know, she hears the ruckus going on, and she goes to check on Shareese. So she's actually happy as hell to get away from Justice and his BS. I can understand. Then Shareese tells LJ that basically, this man needs to be out the damn process. He is over here yelling at her and acting like an animal.
At me. I
She
felt like he
got
had the pool stick in his hand.
she got
Oh
super
my God.
emotional.
Oh my God.
She's like, she got super emotional. She's like, he's telling me he never wanted to be with me. I don't want to be with him either. So tells Kadian that, you know, he is just trying to keep it real. He's tired of not keeping it real. And she tells him, like, it's okay to keep it real. That doesn't mean you need to belittle people. And of course, he doesn't feel like he is. But he says he's not about to be going back and forth. And he just wants them to both accept that there is no connection. And Shareese says, as far as she's concerned, that man needs to go home now. Like,
I never wanted him.
I feel like she wanted production to just get rid of him. Like, bye. Okay.
Yeah, so she was gonna play the Susie role and make it seem like she was a victim.
They basically make sure that Zo is gone. And Shareese says, basically, that man is lucky I was saved because I would have took that pool stick and shoved it. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Then we move on to Shakira, who is meeting up with nephew Tommy with the, you know, to talk about the situation that happened with Katie, and you know, where Katie and snitched her ass out. Basically letting Mike know that there was a situation that happened in her past, you know, some type of traumatic situation. And she explains this to nephew Tommy and says that, you know, what happened in the ladies lounge, and I expressed myself, I was open, basically is being used against me. It's being talked about behind my back and in front of my face. And some of the men have come and told me. And what really hurt was when it was said to Mike in front of my face. And she basically feels like she's being robbed. You know, like, and her vulnerability is not being respected. So nephew Tommy lets her know that he will definitely, you know, talk to the ladies about this, because he wants her to continue to be open and wants her to, you know, feel free to speak in the ladies lounge as she should, and gives her the night off. And says that, you know, he's just going to address it. He's going to address it with the ladies. And once
I almost cried. I almost cried. I felt so bad for her. But can I just say this? Now, y'all know we love Keisha. But I'm gonna have to admit, I don't know if Keisha is ready to love. I don't know. I think she might need to heal a little bit more. She might need to do a little bit more work. And I don't know if this is the stage or platform she needs to do it on. I don't know if it's healthy for her. It still feels like she hasn't healed, and I feel bad for her. We love her. We love seeing her. But just the amount of emotion that she expresses, it makes me feel like she hasn't fully healed, and that's why she has to. And I get it, because I've been through, it's a part of your healing process, talking about it. And but I wasn't talking about it to men that I was dating. I wasn't I was talking about it to my friends. I was talking to my family, like, y'all didn't know I was going through this. This is what I was going through. This is why I was weird. This is why so I get what she's going through, but I don't think she needs to be going through that in this process. And I love her to death, but I don't know if baby girl's ready to love. Shout out to our boy Samson. So now Samson decides he's going to plan a active group date. He's going to do a little cute picnic and some, you know, little fun activities. And he invites Looney, Mike, and Brandy. Now, everything is going well until Brandy and Mike turn this into a sexy baby. That's what it was going into. Now they start feeding each other fruit and just being real intimate, almost like they forgot Looney and Samson were there.
I think Looney and Samson did forget. Like, they think that they did forget that they were there.
Right. So Looney and Samson are like, you want to play frisbee? That seems more fun. And they about to have sex on this blanket. Do you want to go play frisbee? Okay, let's go play frisbee. So they go play the frisbee. And then they go and have a glass of wine, him and Looney. And they just talk about, their interest in each other. He loves how she likes to work out. He says, being active in the morning or working out that's his coffee because he doesn't drink coffee. Shame on you, Samson. It adds 8 minutes to your life. Anyway, just a fun fact that I learned this weekend. Alcohol takes all 12 minutes. Balance it out. So, so no. So Samson and Looney getting to know each other. It seems like I'm gonna be honest, Samson, you can tell us what you think, but it wasn't really giving. It wasn't really giving. You and Looney are cute. I just don't know if it gives what you and Shakira get, if that makes sense. But okay, what did you think, Nels?
I think that you just want him to be with who you have in your mind. And that's why you feel the way that you feel. And ain't nobody else gonna compare. And that's what I think. Because you want to play matchmaker with Samson.
It might be that too. So so no, so apparently Samson's a swimmer. Not my thing. I know somebody who is. But anyway, so he's a swimmer. And apparently Looney says she would be too, but it's the hair thing. I understand it. So my girl, Samson, not concerned about her hair, not concerned about it at all, the water and all that other stuff. It's a wash and go type situation. I'm just saying. Now, Mike talks to Brandy about how he had reservations about her being a flight attendant and her
don't really do long distance.
And he don't really do long distance. She's like, I live here. What the fuck you mean long distance? I live here. She's like, I can change my schedule and do what I need to do. So
she said, you better get them pillows together to do the hug with my picture on it.
Right. But I know what she means though. Instead of taking a flight to California where I would have to stay, she could change her route as a flight attendant and I just go to New York and then I fly back. You know what I mean? I go fly to New York in the morning or whatever flights they do, but I come back home every day. That's very realistic. And she has that flexibility. So shout out to you, Brandy. Now, and basically she says she would make her schedule work for him. And he talks about how Brandy makes him feel like a kid again. How she gets some butterflies. Got me flying so high in the sky. Can't control the butterflies. Just saying. Okay. Now, LJ meets with Shrenika. Just say, Shrenika's a flirt.
She's a flirt. She's a flirt.
I would sing the other song that came to me right now, but y'all, I've already sang one. I don't want to get canceled. So she's definitely flirting. And they talk about how she thinks that she loves the dynamic that he has with his daughter. I love that she asked about his daughter. And he says, she's spoiled, she's a princess. And she's like, I like that. I'm a daddy's girl. I grew up in a blended family where, my stepmom was in my life since I was 1. So I totally get it. And she feels
like she's actually dated someone with kids before.
And says, I'm great with kids. And I can believe that. And as she, she said that LJ is chivalrous and genuous. I said, okay, girl, that's what you got. She sips her drink and he tells her to stop babysitting. And she's like, well, I got to drive home, sir. And he's like, well, I will take you home. Okay. And yeah, she's like, well, that sounds like you really trying to take me home. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? It was real cute. It was giving real. I'm not gonna lie, Trinika, you give similar energy to myself. That's why I can't be mad at it.
So the ladies get back to the ladies' lounge to discuss what the fuck is going on. And Tommy lets it be known that Shakira's not there. That's the one smiling face that they don't see because she's dealing with some issues and he gave her the afternoon off. And he tells them he doesn't know if they grew up the same way he grew up, but what happens at home stays at home. And what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. And it's supposed to be a safe space.
As Katie unrolls her eyes.
basically. And everybody's story is theirs to tell, you know, their own story to tell. So Katie clearly knew it was about her and says in a confessional that Tommy addressing it makes her feel like, you know, whatever was said, she needs to be willing to own up to it, because we're doing this process and we're not in a counseling session.
Katie is giving bully. Especially when I could see if you were going to do that because a whole bunch of other men liked you, but that's not the case.
Katie is giving bold as fuck. So he goes around the room to find out who everybody's feeling. Looney says she's still peeling back the layers with Samson. Brandy says her date with Mike was super intimate and romantic. Issa says that her romantic dinner with Randall was great and they had a kiss. And boy, if you could have saw the look on Jay's face, I swear.
So Jay had to let us know, no, we had a moment too.
Yes, they had a great conversation, you know, her and Rara, and they got a little bit deeper. Katie says that the time she spent at the white party with Swayze was really good, and says that they're really good. Okay. Now, Katie says that LJ has always been cool because, you know, they get on to the three in the final three, the final countdown. Okay. Katie says that LJ has always been cool, but she feels like he's scared to talk to her. Trinika says that he invited her out to a restaurant and he came looking good, smelling good, and they were able to dig a little bit deeper. You know, they even
talk about his daughter,
conversation with his daughter. So Trinika says that Justice, there's really just no helping him. He's just
and Looney is like, he need to be gone. No, I'm sorry. She didn't say that.
Looney says that Zo has to go. And Shareese runs through the whole go-kart situation while Katie is on the sidelines, once again, rolling her eyes and making faces. Then Katie explained why he was so upset. She says that he was explaining that he won, and Shareese said, we're going to barbecue him. So apparently he heard that, and that's why he got so upset. And Shareese really don't give a damn. She was like, this is a grown-ass man yelling in my face with a pool stick. I don't give a damn if I said I'm going to barbecue him. So Katie says, woman to woman, you can't go instigate a situation and when someone reacts, plays victim.
Susie.
Nephew Tommy.
It's giving Susie energy.
Nephew Tommy basically says, I guess he was just trying to calm this situation down. He says the only one that's going to be doing barbecuing around here is me. And with that being said, we need to find out who the hell's going home between these two men that you definitely don't have a connection with. Brandy goes to meet up with Zo and says she wasn't there, but she does want to hear his side. Then Trinika, she goes to meet up with Justice and says that that was one of her top connections from day one. Justice explains that he wants to be able to maintain his own process so that he can figure out his process within the process.
Sounds like more BS in the process to me.
And Trinika was right and spot on with this one. She says that there's a lot of women that don't understand his language. I'm one of them. Okay. Trinika also explains that a lot of the ladies feel like when he's speaking, like when they're speaking to him, it's all about him. And it's even worse over the phone. They become turned off and even repulsed. I can't believe she even said
that was a strong word.
That's why I said I can't even believe she said that. But let him know that the ladies have decided to give him another chance, and says that she feels a spiritual connection with him and that she doesn't feel with anyone else, and that's why she's so drawn to him. And Justice appreciates the fact that the ladies don't understand him, but they did still give him another chance. Brandy. Okay, so Randy is over here still waiting on
the bar.
No. After 30 minutes, she tries to call him, going straight to voicemail. Okay. Then after an hour, she tries to call him and finally realized that he is a no-show. So she ordered her food and, enjoyed her solo date.
And said, this is why he is not ready to love. Cheers to me. Okay.
That's exactly what she did.
Because I'm still here.
In that order.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another review of Ready to Love. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all of our platforms, which is the TikTok, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter. And yeah, please make sure you follow Captain Casey on Facebook and get your boat ride. But yes, guys, thank you. And we will catch you next week for another review of Ready to Love. Good night.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.